All right, next up in the Fairyweights, we have Derpy Dozer versus IntensiTi. Brian has Derpy Dozer here in the red corner. See it aptly named, given that it is basically just a big pushing machine, but a very effective one. It's fast, it's nimble. That big wedge across the front, really good at capturing its opponents and pushing it around. And it's going up against IntensiTi in the blue corner there, being driven by Andrew, and that one has a big vertical spinning weapon on it. It doesn't look that big, but in comparison to its size, it's actually huge, because that's about the same size as we would put on a 1-pound robot, but these are a third that size, so that's actually quite a large weapon. I think that might weigh as much as the rest of the robot. All right, both drivers are ready. We will start the match in 3, 2, 1, fight. Man, IntensiTi makes quite a noise, and coming in very quickly there, bouncing into the wedge there, and already taking quite a little chunk out of that wedge. That little spinner is effective. Hard hit on it there, flipping it upside down. Derpy Dozer now upside down. I can see madly flipping switches. I think he's got some stuff set up to help him control it when it's upside down. Another hard hit as another chunk of pieces go flying here. So far it's all on the wedge, but both sides of the wedge are taking quite a bit of damage. And another hard flip there. Every time he makes contact, he's sending them in the air. I mean, these things are only the size of a deck of cards, and yet he's sending it 2 feet in the air. So very hard hitting little weapon there. And you can see how much momentum is built up in that weapon. It throws itself across the arena as it bounces off the floor. Derpy's drive maybe having a couple little issues. It's still very fast, but I think he's having a little bit of trouble getting it to drive in the right direction as things are getting a little bit bent up. IntensiTi, on the other hand, holding up very nicely as he just tries to get one square hit on him. It's hard because Derpy's flying all over the place, intentionally so. And in the meantime, Andrew's just trying to hit at the right time so that he can put that weapon where it counts. And there he does, again, putting it into the weapon, into the blade on the front of Derpy, which is now not only nicked, but actually quite bent. One wheel is now gone. Derpy's down to 3 wheels. Thankfully, he's got 4 drive wheels, so it's still working. And this is going to be a difficult fight at this point for Derpy. There's still a possibility at any point that IntensiTi could, get hooked on a magnet that's stuck in the middle of the arena like that. Thankfully for him, he was able to get his way off of it. Oh, all the way up to the roof. How high is that? Yeah. My goodness, what a hit. But something has gone wrong with IntensiTi on that hit. And he's got no control. Nothing's moving. It's dead. Time is up. He's counted out. The win will go to Brian with Derpy Dozer. Sometimes you just have to outlast your opponent. That does happen with the vertical, well, any of the heavy, hard spinning weapons. I mean, as you saw, that guy threw himself across the arena many times. And sometimes on just a hard hit, things go wrong on the inside. You short something momentarily, a wire comes loose, who knows what, but that can be enough to disable a robot.